We're going to talk to Agalya Kitherian, and I think she stands for the modern India. A woman who's been with this organization for a long time, and before she worked at Cordes, managed 500 people. The moment she is cloud operations, AI and ML lead, I mean really at the forefront of all the technology. And she's going to give us a demonstration of a product and also tell us about a product which I think solves one of the most critical problems in the whole supply chain management industry, especially paper. All these horrible pieces of paper which rule the world. Spreadsheets and paper, that's basically what we rule the world with. And she has made, and Vanenburg with her, has made a solution which I think is incredible. Especially it makes my document management heart beat faster. So let's go to India and listen to Agalya, our presentation.
Thank you, Vincent. Hello, everyone.
Agalya.
It's a great pleasure to meet you all through this wonderful event. Today, I'm going to talk with you about 3 topics. First, the challenges in document processing, and next, about how Vanenburg can help in addressing these challenges using a solution called UnDoc. And finally, I'd like to share with you some of our interesting customer use cases. So, what is a document challenge? Today, organizations are creating huge volume of documents every single day. There are different types of documents that are getting produced. They could be your purchase orders, your invoices, the contracts that you sign with your suppliers, the feedback that you receive from your customers. This list can go on. Now, these documents are also present in a variety of formats. They could be a PDF document or a handwritten document or a scanned copy. Now, a lot of value is locked away in these documents, but enterprises still find it difficult to process them, access them efficiently because of the unstructured nature of the content. Now, what do we mean by unstructured data? Now, according to Gartner, only about 20% of enterprise data is structured, and the remaining 80% is still unstructured. When we say unstructured, we are referring to the highly formatted and searchable data, like the data that's there in your spreadsheets or your application data. Now, a lot of tools are available in the market to process them effectively. On the other hand, the unstructured data, it does not have a proper format, and it's present in plain human languages. So the tools to process them are still in a very nascent form, mainly because of the challenges involved in document processing. Now, a lot of factors can influence the complexity of document processing. I have listed a few of them here. The first and foremost is the volume. Like, do you know more than 3 billion Microsoft documents are produced every single day across the globe? And a top-tier logistic firm can easily be processing more than 50,000 bills of lading in a single day. Then there is the problem of diversity, the different document templates in which the data can be present, the formats in which it will be present, and the workflows that you have to put them through, and the different rules that you have to apply in order to process them. And then there's manual processing, which adds another layer of complexity because you need to copy paste the data into your applications or look into multiple systems to validate the correctness of this data. And all these things produces huge costs and lost revenue and missed opportunities for enterprises. Now, this is where UnDoc comes into the picture. Now, simply put, UnDoc helps you to extract structured content from unstructured documents. Now, what was originally traditionally not possible or cumbersome with traditional OCR systems is now made more easier and efficient with the advent of advanced machine learning techniques. Now, UnDoc uses Google's industry-leading ML technologies, namely Document AI. Vanenburg has translated the experience that we have gained in working with several document types into a set of building blocks and best practices with which we can build custom solutions for document processing, end-to-end custom solutions for any document types. Now, UnDoc has a 3-step solution approach. In the first step, you read the data that's there in the document using OCR, namely Doc AI in this case. So you extract the text from forms or handwritten documents, And in the second step, you try to understand the extracted data using natural language processing or machine learning models. So you could classify the documents or you could extract entities from them or sentiment from them. And the last step is to put this extracted actionable data into use. You could trigger a workflow or store them in your backend systems and do further downstream processing, or you can also store in your data warehouse and use further analytic tools to derive more insights and share it with your organization. There are four major building blocks in this UnDoc solution. The first one is document capture. So now in an organization's documents might be coming through different channels day in and day out. So you need a component that would be listening and as the document arrives, picks it up and sends it for extracting the structured content, take it back and either store it in a desired folder or trigger a web service. So this is a highly customizable component and we can make it as per the need of the customer, like you want to read an email box or you want to read a cloud storage folder or an on-premise data drive. The next step, that is a core component, which is a conversion service. Here, we do the OCR using Doc AI. And next, we have the machine learning algorithms with which we can build custom ML models using the customer data set. So you could derive entities and sentiment from the different documents that you're processing. And then you have the knowledge stores where you can populate with your master data like your supplier data, customer data, any kind of dictionary. And this is very useful when we are extracting data because you want to check the validity of the data or you want to enrich your data. And then the last step would be to use to make the response in a desired format. It could be a simple JSON format or it could be a complex XML format as per the requirement of the customer. Again, this is another customizable component with several reusable components. The third component here is a verification app, which is a UI-based app. When you want to bring a human in the loop, you're automating your process, document processing solution, but you also want to verify if it's correct, then based on certain thresholds, you can send your documents automatically to a verification app. So you see side by side the document image here and the extracted information here, and you can compare. And also with all the overlaying of the position, you can easily click and choose information and send it back so that it can continue and finish the conversions. Now, this feedback can also be used by machine learning models so they can continuously improve and increase the automation and the quality of their extraction. And the last component is the most strong logging and reporting component where we log everything, log all the models, what they are predicting the conversion service, and so that we can have a good monitor on what's happening. And when there is a need, we can intervene and improve the system. Now, there are several use cases for UnDoc. Some of the typical use cases and what we have worked with has been listed here. The first one is a procurement data capture. So here you can think about automating your purchase orders, invoices, packing slips, and write some kind of matching logic, for example, to see what you have ordered is what has been delivered and what has been invoiced. Next, in the logistics side, you can automate shipment documents or transportation documents. And in the manufacturing side, then there are a lot of interesting documents which probably needs automatic processing. Like, for example, we are doing an interesting project with a customer where the last 40 years of handwritten documents, the laboratory researches are scanned, and now we need to process them automatically and extract meta information, and so that you can index these documents and make it searchable and available for other researchers in the company. Similarly, safety documents is another project which we did where you might have already approved configuration parameters in a very complex safety document. You want to extract them and present them in a screen for the operator who is configuring the production line. Then there is contract intelligence where there are organizations which have hundreds of thousands of contracts, but every time they have to write a new contract, then they need to go to their legal counsels. So this system can make things more easier because you can automatically classify all those huge volume of contract documents based on the types or on the contract clauses and make it easily searchable for people who want to prepare a new contract. Then the healthcare document automation. This is where we are dealing with patient registration forms or patient recommendation forms from other doctors, or also the doctor-patient conversations, which are taped, and we can convert the audio into text, and then we can start processing them using our UnDoc solution. And finally, whatever document that you automate and process, this data can also be hugely valuable for further insight. So you push them into your data warehouse. You can transform them into a knowledge graph so that it's easily accessible through like human-like query languages. So these are some of the use cases in which we are familiar with in using document automation. Now, why should you choose Vanenburg? There are 5 reasons that we would like to quote. First, we have a set of ready-to-use components with which you can build easy custom solutions for any complex document that you might want to automate for a very attractive ROI, which is you're talking about less than a year. And second, we are a team of experts. We are working on Google technologies, and we are one of the very few trusted partners of Google for document AI, and we know about how it works and where to use and where we need to build additional layers to improve the performance. Third, we have experience in implementing these solutions at scale, particularly in the fintech industry. And fourth, it's a cost-effective solution because, again, of the reusable components that we already have, we can customize them quickly and put together an end-to-end solution. So it's in the range of 15,000 to 50,000 euros. It typically depends on the type of documents that we are automating, either if it's a semi-structured document or a completely unstructured document, and the number of fields that we want to extract and the kind of logic that we want to write around it, and the workflows, etc. So based on this, the price can vary from 15K to 50,000 euros annually. Now, we also have experience in integrating with several backends, which also becomes an important part in your document processing solution. So with this, I would like to share with you some of our interesting customer use cases. I have 3 use cases for you. The first one is eConnect. It's about invoice processing. Now, eConnect is a Dutch customer. They have an e-invoicing platform. Vanenburg has been engaging with this customer for more than 10 years now, building and maintaining this e-invoicing platform. It integrates with 30 plus major accounting packages. Now, the challenge here was that still a lot of documents. So the buyers and suppliers are exchanging their documents through this platform. So still a lot of documents are sent as PDFs or scanned images. So you have the unstructured content to deal with. So we built together with the customer a beautiful solution end-to-end, which automates like hundreds of thousands of invoice templates, and it's like 4 times faster, and it gets converted into a complex UBL, invoice UBL, within seconds. And it's cheaper because the customer was able to recognize return on investments within a year. Then we have Solvay. Now, Solvay is a 150 years old enterprise. They are basically a science company, a chemistry company, and Solvay is into a big transformation. And for them, digitalization is one of the key strategies. And they have put all their tools together, and they have chosen GCP, and all the tools are in place. But one piece that was missing when they were particularly trying to automate the processes for around their SAP systems and non-SAP systems, how do you handle documents? So they were looking for an OCR solution, basically. That's when we came in, and we started with a shipment document processing solution. So here, Solvay is using UiPath as an RPA component, so they can pick the document themselves. Now, we have built UnDoc shipment document processing solution. So it's a simple web service call, and then they get back they post the document and get back their structured information, and then they can write into their SAP system. So the benefit of this is that it can automatically process the incoming shipment documents directly into their SAP system, and the integration was smooth into their overall architecture. And the last use case is about Warehook Euro. It's an international logistics partner. They have a huge fleet, around 1,000 modern vehicles, and they provide warehousing, distribution, and transportation services. Again, Vanenburg is engaged with Webhook also to build their transportation operation system using on the ThinkWise platform. So here, one of their cases was that every day they receive hundreds of export and import documents, which has to be processed manually. So there are people who look into these documents and they copy and paste this information, so which was very tedious and error prone. So now with this automation, we are able to handle these documents automatically, and we cover a lot of templates like the export templates from UK, from France, from Luxembourg, several countries, and all these things are automatically processed with a great data accuracy, and also there is a tremendous reduction in the processing time. So this is an example of the export document that we process. So you can see that we have to extract information like the MRN number, the continent code, the document code, and there is this reference number. Then we have to extract all the exporter address, the receiver address, separately, like the name of the company, the street name, house number, all these things are extracted. Not only that, but also the products that are exported. Like, for example, here you can see the number of packages, the package code, and the product description, industrial superplastics, and the statistical value of this product, the gross mass and the net mass. So it's just a complex document, and we need to process and identify all these different fields and then extract them and then present to them in a simple JSON format so they can immediately process it into their system. So with this, I'm coming to my last slide. Now, how can you challenge us? So you can choose a document type that you want to automate and share with us 5 example documents, and also tell us which fields that you want us to extract. And we will put together a demo free of charge and contact you and show you how we can rapidly automate using our UnDoc solutions. Thank you. And over to you, Vincent.
Okay, Agalya. Very impressive, and I really want to see this project in action. I actually saw it in action. I think it's wonderful. Let's start with a personal question which was asked by our viewers. Jaap van Til asked, you're in India. You have an exploding bureaucracy. Oh, actually, it's known for years and years and years, and you have huge amount of paper there. And he said, hey, can it help India to decrease unclogged huge bureaucracy there? Immediately, somebody else reacted, hey, well, India might be a problem, but what about Europe? We have this ESG, DSG, sustainable reports on, we have so much paper here which we need to unclog. But let's ask about India. Isn't this a great product for India itself?
Yeah, that's very true. So that's right. There are a lot of documents. There are bureaucratic processes in India. It will certainly help India, no doubt about it. Maybe we should start selling it in India.
Yeah, and you're a nice example of the modern India. You have been in this business for a long time at Cordis, at Baan, and now for a long time at Vanenburg. And you've managed many people. So how do you think that this kind of technology will influence the situation in India? Do you think it will increase the economy and will improve the economy a great deal?
Yeah, there are already certain initiatives. We have seen some of our friends, some of our ex-colleagues from Cordis. We have seen a very interesting solution. They are working with government bodies in automating the loan processes, particularly awarding loans to the underprivileged people, because it's a very huge process when you want to apply for a loan and get it sanctioned.
Yeah.
So automating all these things without documents can be a huge benefit, that you can reach out to a major section which do not have all these facilities. So there are certain areas in which we certainly can cater to.
Okay, let me ask about UnDoc itself. There must be a huge amount of packages which already do the same kind of thing. What is special about this solution?
Okay. Yes, you're right. There are a lot of vendors who are giving out-of-the-box solutions. But what we see with enterprises our customers that we are working for, they have more complex type of documents. So you might choose a solution that's available in the market, and it might cater to 50 to 60% of the complexity. But then again, there is a remaining 40% which is not addressed, and it requires again the same manual action, and that is frustrating for the customers because they've already invested in a solution. They're paying so much license price year by year, but then still a major chunk of their documents are not processed automatically. And it's difficult to go to big vendors and ask them to accommodate your document templates. So the advantage by building a custom solution with Vanenburg is that we train our machine learning models on the customer data set, and it will try to address the problem area which is very specific to our customer. So that is one of the main advantage that we see, that we can build custom solutions which are more accurate and which can cover more automation. And the second point is that we have built this for many customers now, and we have a lot of reusable components. Like for example, the training algorithms are all there. So it's only about running a training program and producing the models and fine tuning them. So these reusable components make it possible for Vanenburg to price it at a very advantageous position. And then it's not at all comparable. That's what I would say. When you look at how per document enterprises have to pay for these kind of document processing, and when they get a solution like this, it's highly cheap. That's my opinion.
Okay, one last question. You mentioned that if I wanted to try it out, you have some kind of a program for it. I mean, I can have some kind of a sample. How does that work, and what kind of level of integration will you provide as part of that demonstration?
So this demonstration is mainly about how we can extract data from your complex document. So this does not include the integration part. It's more about, like, for example, you send us a safety document, say 50-page documents, and you say from the 14th page, you can see this kind of information. This is the table I want to get extracted, or this is the value that I want to get extracted from a 21st page. And you might also say, but the page number might vary from document to document. So we try to understand what kind of entities that you want to extract, and then make a quick demo, proof of concept for that, to show you that UnDoc solution using its ML capabilities is capable of processing such complex documents. That would be the scope.
Okay. I hope that everybody takes you up on your offer and sends you the most complex document, 50 pages, and then see what kind of real information you can get out of it. Agalya, thank you very much, and have a great evening there in India.
Thank you so much. Thank you.